This year's Sema coverage is proudly brought to you by All American Muscle, experts in American car restoration, service and parts supply, based in Johannesburg, South Africa.
3, 2, 1, go!
This car was the original owner's my mother-in-law.
Like the shell of it I found in the desert, it had been out there for over 50 years.
That is not a wrap. That is not a paint job.
I've had 93 E30s till today. You know, I love E30s.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Sema 2024. It's day number 1. And this place is a packed house already. Thousands of spectators, fans, and everybody coming through for this industry event. And thousands of well-prepped, customized, modified, and personalized vehicles, both on 4 wheels and 2. Welcome to Ignition's coverage of Sema 2024.
All right, so this right here is probably the coolest E30 build I've personally seen. I'm sure most people here that have been checking it out all day, I think it's the coolest thing ever.
The very first car that we are going to dive into is an E30 box shape, which is so close to home. I know you guys will appreciate it. Give it up to my boy Elive.
What's up, brother? How's it going?
Elive had decided to bring an E30 box shape to the Sema show. I want you to pronounce a word for me. Say, gusheshe.
Gusheshe?
Not bad. So gusheshe in our country is a classic E30 2-door 325RS. It was the top of the range one. It's got cult status and is worth a lot of money.
Nice.
Similar to the 2-door that you brought to the show.
Very cool.
So Elive, tell us first and foremost, man, where did you get this car? How long have you had it? And where did the body come from?
So I bought this car in 2008. Around 2018. I found it randomly online. It was somebody put it on Craigslist, and it was an older gentleman that had bought this car in Germany, right?
Wow.
And he imported it like a couple years before. And I messaged him. I bought the car back then for like, I think it was like 1,800 bucks. It was, you know, it was practically a piece of crap. Paint was all messed up. The inside was deteriorated. You know, it was a project car, yeah. And
was it driving though?
No, it wasn't driving.
Oh,
no,
wow.
it was just had an M20 engine in it, but it wasn't driving. It was a project car, 100% project car.
And what color was it originally?
This is the original color. Yeah, this is the
wow.
original color. It's called Burgundy.
Wow.
This color came more on the European models that they made back then. Not many in the U.S. models. There's a few I've seen, but it's a rare color, really rare color.
So I see that the car no longer has the M20 motor. It has now been upgraded. Tell us a little bit about that.
Personally, the M20 is not enough for me. Yeah,
Don't say that too loud. The South Africans will come for you, bro.
Maybe for the South Africans with the M20s over there, my respect. But in Los Angeles in the United States, everything is bigger, right? You know, so I had to go. I did an S54 from the E46 M3, and I paired it with a 6266 Precision's turbo, and it's more than enough. And I pray to God every time I get in the car that I don't die, because it's a lot.
I like when honesty flows through your body.
Yeah, so.
What kind of horsepower are you making on the dyno?
So the first time I put it on the dyno, I made 870 horsepower.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's a lot of power. Then I tuned it down. Right now it makes around 570, 560.
More usable power.
Usable, but it's still a lot. For an E30, 500 horsepower is way too much, you know? But it's fun. It's fun.
So tell us about this interior, because this interior is like insane, bro.
So this is all the leather inside we use from Rolls-Royce. I like to use Rolls-Royce leather a lot because I just like the quality that they sell. Yeah, so we did it, and then I did full Rolls-Royce leather, and then I did a Pepita centers. If you notice on the centers, when you look closely, it's got burgundy. So the burgundy matches the paint of the car.
Nice.
You know, but I'm all about the details. I love details, man. That's just
I love that you incorporated a half roll cage into your car. For me, it just always finishes the look of an interior of
It
a
looks
car,
aggressive,
especially.
you know, and I wrapped it in leather, so just like still, you know, really
Classy,
clean.
like premium.
Exactly.
I noticed you decided not to go with a banging sound system. You prefer listening to the sounds of the 6-cylinder turbocharged M3 power.
I've had 93 E30s till today. You know, I love E30s. And out of the 93, I've never put sound system in many of them, to be honest. Why? Because you're driving, it's an E30, you love driving the car, it's enjoyment, you know what I'm saying?
Let's rewind back to like 10 seconds ago. The gentleman's 25 years young, and you've owned how many?
93.
Wow.
I used to sling E30s when I was in high school. Like, I wasn't even legally able to buy one and register it, but it was crazy. In my backyard, there was a time I had like 16 E30s in the backyard.
We have found ourselves an E30 box entrepreneur. Well done, homeboy. So, how many E30s do you currently own?
I have.
How many E30s do you currently own that are still driving or are driving?
One of them is getting built right now, so it's gonna be driving soon.
Okay.
So what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Do you need more
5,
fingers?
6. I have 6 of them right now. I think 6, yeah.
And which is your favorite?
My favorite, it's probably gonna be this car, but it's because I built it with my dad.
Oh, nice.
My dad and I, when I got the opportunity to bring this car to SEMA last year, I built the whole car in 3.5 months.
Wow.
The whole car, from top to bottom, every single bolt, brand new undercoating, got fully built. And it's just sentimental value, you know? Like, last year I had over 5 people try to buy this car from me with real cash offers. Hey, listen, I'll give you 100 grand for it. Just like it's not about price. You know, those memories and time that I did with my dad building this car every night, nothing I'll never get back. You know?
I like honest, true words. Blessings upon you, Eliv.
Take care, but God bless.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is how we throw it down here in the States, Las Vegas, Sin City, with the very first car being a super clean E30 box. So back in 2019, I remember walking through the halls of SEMA and seeing an R35 Skyline Nissan GTR, and it had a very unique method of blending art, paint, and engraving. The car belonged to the brand Rowan, which is the stand we're standing here before. And this year, they decided to up their game a bit. Pay attention out here. So I don't know if you can catch this on film, but let me explain what's happening. That is not a wrap. That is not a paint job. That is engraved physically on the body of the car, not on just one panel or 2 panels, but basically the entire car has been engraved by hand. It's taken Rowan and the crew over 6 months to physically engrave the whole car. There's a lot of detail, so let's start up front. Obviously the bonnet has got a design. Lowriders are always known to do extravagant, over-the-top, super amazing paint jobs. He's kept it down to the bare metal in silver, but he's used the design physically by engraving on the metal. And there's a lot of work here. As we go through down to the bumpers, everything that you're seeing is literally been engraved by hand. And that takes a lot of work, a lot of time, a lot of patience, and a steady hand, especially when you're doing straight lines like this. A lot of floral design, both on the bonnet, down to the bumper, all the way through. And it just carries on and on and on. And it's just, if you understand the amount of labor, how labor intensive this exercise is, you'll appreciate the work of art that is before us so much more, because it's so much work. The roof, once again, adored with some more engraving, and the fact that this was done by hand and the lines are so accurately straight. Besides the physical engraving, the amount of planning before you actually start engraving any part of the panel is amazing. If you can see through the windscreen, the engraving has been carried through to the inside of the dashboard. Let's work ourselves all the way to the back. And this car is a very big old school 50 Chevy. Just appreciate this. This is a little lower so you can see more of the design, and it's just mind-blowing. So I was always that little kid that used to buy the Lowrider magazine. Back in the day, there was these things called the kilogram shops, and you could buy older magazines from previous months for a lot cheaper because the magazines were weighed. Cut a long story short, I collected lowrider magazines, and they always showed the best of the lowriding culture out here in the States. But this is just on a whole different level. There is so much work, artistry, creativity. It's simply exquisite. It's like mind-blowing. I can't even begin to explain to you. Like, absolutely love the creativity you see here at Sema, whether it be fabrication work, paint work, how they accessorize a vehicle. It's just every year the level just rises and rises and rises. So we've reached the end of this segment, but don't go nowhere. Stay rooted on that couch, because just after the break, there's some more sweet rides coming your way.
I was thinking about doing the swap and making it from an NA to a TT, but I got the bug.
So yeah, it's just the original color on the car, all the original, like there's a bullet hole right there where somebody shot the car in the desert.
It's a Vura.
This year's Sema coverage is proudly brought to you by All American Muscle, experts in American car restoration, service and parts supply, based in Johannesburg, South Africa.